you can't get any background on that.
Why can't I answer your questions on Benghazi? Because they won't tell me anything. They won't tell Congress. I personally believe there are a few folks in Congress that there's a group of the Speaker and the Minority Leader and the head of the Senate and the Intelligence Committee Chairman, like 8 of them. But they probably know what really happened. But what I have asked our leadership is we need a select committee so we can all find out what went on. Because don't forget, our ambassador lost his life. This is American soil where this occurred. And this has never happened before. And I was visiting with some of my colleagues, and Jason Chaffetz is a colleague and a friend of mine. He's really been looking into this, but it's very difficult to get the witnesses. They just kind of didn't show up, or they were retired, or they were on assignment. But our leadership has not been very helpful on this. So we have almost 190 signatures on a petition that would appoint a select committee so we find out the truth. I wish I knew. I hope all the internet stories aren't true. I'm sure they're not. But there is something, I believe, to the arms deal. Then again, don't forget 2 years ago, President bombed Libya without congressional authorization. And then a few years later, we had this problem with Benghazi. And again, it is murky. But the idea, remember, we were also told it had to do with a video. That wasn't true. That was a lie. That was a lie. I think we agree with that. President's changed his story on that, or Susan Rice has, whoever makes those things up. But also the idea that we did send support when it was requested. The original story was, well, it couldn't have gotten there in time. Yeah, well, how would you know when the battle was going to be over? Say, I don't know when it was going to get there in time. That doesn't answer that question. I don't know who decided not to. There's a general that claims he was the one that should have been kind of in that loop. Again, I wish I could answer the question. We need a select committee. People are worried about this.
Preparation at your time, you're all hands. You're supposed to be able to oversee and check.
Well, after the Libyan situation, again, that was May of 2011. I was blindsided by that. I was told. And I was actually at a monster truck race with my 2 sons. We got up and they prayed. Again, this was in a public facility, so don't tell anybody. At an opening prayer of the truck races, they prayed for our soldiers that were engaged in conflict in Libya. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a member of Congress. I'm supposed to authorize if our men and women are going to go into war. And I heard about it. They had heard about it on CNN. So we rushed back. I said, we're going to do something about that in Washington on Monday. And a bipartisan group of Republicans and Democrats says we don't care to know what's going on. It's simple. We had a resolution. It was turned down, and we lost. And disappointed in that. Again, you say bipartisan. That was the most bipartisan I thought in a long time. Where it was evenly split, and they didn't want to know. I do. I was like, I apologize. I can't. Yes, ma'am.
First off, we all asked